everyone. I'm Shweta Gupta from AECS International. It's an overseas educational consultancy dealing with student visa, visitor visa, work permit for countries like US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and many more. We also deal with coaching services for IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, STAT, and PTE. So today I'm here to discuss about IELTS speaking module and different strategies to solve your answer to discuss your answers in an easy way. So we'll start with IELTS speaking. IELTS speaking test format. So the test format is divided into three parts. Part one is introduction and interview, wherein you will be asked 4 to 5 questions on familiar topics. Part two is individual long term, wherein a cue card will be given with 3 to 4 subpoints. So you will be allowed 1 minute preparation time and then you have to speak for 2 minutes. Part three is abstract questions related to topic of part two. So 4 to 5 abstract questions will be asked in part three. The test will last for 11 to 15 minutes, and it's a face-to-face interview, may it be a paper delivered test or a computer delivered test. So we'll start with the scoring criteria. What's the scoring criteria for IELTS speaking? So speaking test is scored on the basis of 4 band descriptors: fluency and coherence, lexical resource, pronunciation, grammatical range, and accuracy. The score range is 1 to 9 for each and every criteria. So part 1. As we discussed, part 1 for IELTS speaking module is introduction and interview on familiar topics. So 4 to 5 questions will be asked on familiar topics. So let's take an example. What's your favorite game? So for example, if you give answer cricket, or maybe if you give answer my favorite game is cricket, of course the answer is correct, but as per IELTS it's incorrect. Why? The problem here is it's a very short answer. In IELTS speaking, you have to use complex sentences more and a descriptive answer. So it's a very short answer and no detailed explanation is given, like why you like cricket, when did you play last, and many more. So today I'll be telling you the strategy to expand your answers for part 1. How to expand your answers. It's a very easy way. So we will discuss how you can expand your answer. Okay. Remember 5 W's and 1 H to expand your answers for IELTS speaking part 1. When I say 5 W's and 1 H, what does it mean? So what, which, when, who, why, how. Ask these questions to yourself for a topic or for the question asked, then you will be able to expand your answer. So let's discuss for the same question, what's your favorite sports? So if you plan cricket or hockey, where do you play? Maybe at society ground or on a field. With whom do you play? With 10 friends or with office colleagues? When do you play? Every day during the lunch hour or when the cricket tournaments are organized? Why do you play? Because it brings physical fitness or it's your hobby. How is cricket your favorite sport? Because you have been playing since childhood. So when you prepare these, when you ask 5 W's and 1 H to yourself in your mind, you can easily frame your answer using a complex sentence. This is how your answer will look like. So what's your favorite sport? I play cricket and hockey, but I like cricket more as I have been playing cricket since childhood with my friends, and currently I play it regularly with office colleagues on a field during lunch hours, due to which I remain physically fit. So we have covered 5 W's and 1 H in the single answer, and this is how we made the answer complex with a detailed explanation, right? So this is how you have to do for task 1, part 1, speaking question answers. Part 2 is individual long term, wherein, as we discussed, you will be given 1 minute to think and 2 minutes to speak. So 1 minute preparation time, you can make notes during the preparation time. We will discuss how you can make notes during the preparation time. Okay. So strategies for this are cover all the points sequentially because you will be given sub points for the question, so that if you cover all the points sequentially, you will not miss any particular point during your speaking. Do not write full sentences while planning your answer because it will cover your entire time planning for a single sub point. Plan minimum 2 sentences for each point. So for example, this is the topic for task 2. Describe a plan you have made for your future that is not related to your studies. You should say what the plan is, when you think you will do it, how it could change your life, and explain why you have made this plan. This is how you can plan your answer. There are two ways. Either you will plan what the plan is, buying a new guitar, okay? When? Next year. What will it give? How it could change your life? It will bring more opportunity, okay? And why you have made this plan? So to become a guitarist. Or you can plan in a detailed way, minimum 2 to 3 points per sub point. Buying a new guitar because mine is 10 years old and it was my favorite pastime playing guitar. The model I like is currently available in the market. Why next year? Because next year I'll have more time and more money to buy it. Right now I need to concentrate on my studies, and next year it will be my 18th birthday, which will be a special birthday. Okay, more opportunities. Why? Because I'll be able to join a band because I'll play better on the new instrument. Okay, why do I want to become a guitarist? Because I want to impress my girlfriend. So you have two options. We recommend to plan in this way so that you have all the sequential points and you'll be able to expand your answers and speak for 2 minutes very easily rather than planning one word for each sub point. Now comes part 3. So part 3 is a discussion type wherein again 4 to 5 questions, abstract questions will be asked. Remember one thing, that there is no preparation time allowed for part 3. So in case if you are asked a question for which you need time to prepare, you can use some delaying phrases like I have never really thought about that before. That's an interesting question. There's no simple answer to that question. Well, there are many ways to answer that question, but I would like to expand my answer, or I would like to tell you dash. So you can use delaying phrases to think till the time you think your answer. The strategies to develop your ideas for part 3 are, depending on the question is what is asked, you can use different phrases. Like if it is asked about thinking about what other people might believe, you can use the phrase, even though some people believe this, I think dash. Okay. If it is a direct contrast or comparison, you can use I tend to think that while young people believe dash, whereas older people believe dash. If a personal experience is asked, so you can say it's hard to say, but in my experience is dash, and so I think dash. And accordingly, you can follow for all the types of questions. If it is an agree disagree, you can use the phrase generally. I would say that they do, but there are many people who dash. So accordingly, you can use different phrases for different types of questions asked. You can refer to the media, you can analyze the question. I think it depends on the type of person. If the young person is dash, then dash, but if they are dash, then dash. Okay. uh, Next point, how to improve your fluency for part 3, because in part 3 you have to give detailed answers, minimum 3 to 4 sentences answers. So to increase your fluency, our recommendation would be either support your answer with the help of examples or add an additional point or give a valid reason. So this is how these are the phrases which you can use. For me, dash is very important because dash, I don't really think much of dash. On the other hand, dash, some people feel dash, but I actually think dash. So some phrases which will improve your fluency. How to use examples. Plan your examples when the question is asked. What is the difference between dressing style of young people and that of old people? So what is the difference? Think, imagine. Difference is young people wear Western clothes, whereas old people wear traditional clothes more. So young people dressing style is Western skirts, jeans, t-shirts. Old people traditional. What do they wear traditional? Saris, pajama kurtas, etc. Then you can think of dividing it into boys and girls. For young people, boys wear these type of clothes, girls wear these type of clothes, and this is how you can expand your answer in a easy way. So this was about IELTS speaking module, the strategies for expanding your answers for part 1, planning your answers for part 2, and phrases for part 3. So we discussed everything in detail. If you liked our video, you can subscribe, like, and share. We will be posting new videos on reading, writing, and lot of more strategies to improve your IELTS skills. Thank you.